Loaded bases, Dallas Braden. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going. How you doing?
Hey, I am good. I am super excited to have you on. It's I think actually a while ago, I tweeted, I said, "Hey, like if I can get Dallas Braden on my podcast, I would get a tattoo of his signature on me.
Of a what?
I would get your signature tattooed on me if you ever came on my podcast." So we have I mean, so I have to find a way to get your signature
Well, I mean,
to
we can arrange that. I'm sure your precious real estate can
dude,
be reserved
I have
for
tattoos all
family
over,
online.
man. We are all good. So, Dallas, what do you do in the baseball industry? What's your role?
What do I do in the baseball industry? Well, I'm very fortunate enough to be the color commentator for the Oakland A's. So if you're an A's fan out there, or maybe you're a fan of the team that the A's are playing, and you want to listen to the visitors broadcast, I'm the guy who you're going to be catching a ball game with, or just one of the guys who you're going to be catching a ball game with. So very lucky to have that role. Also, have done a podcast for the last 5 years, I believe, 5 6 years
Yep.
with uh, with Barstool Sports, the starting nine. That's right. Go download, subscribe, leave a comment, unsubscribe, resubscribe, leave a comment.
So yeah, because I actually started listening to Starting Nine back in it was like early 2018. So you
Yeah.
guys were on like episode like 20 something, way back in the day.
Very early on. It's been, dude. It's been quite a journey. Like straight up, when I got to Barstool, we had no baseball presence, like no
Yeah.
national baseball presence whatsoever. That's what I was brought there for. And from having no reach, from having no foot in the door, no foundation whatsoever, to doing what we've been able to do now. I mean, it's been a ridiculous journey. You know, I mean, for
Yeah.
Christ, we just played a baseball game on the Field of Dreams baseball field,
Yeah.
like right before the big leaguers went out and played their game. Right, Yankees and Sox, they're throwing down in the corn, and
Yep.
who's getting it on beforehand? We are us and our awesome fans that we have. I mean, people got on airplanes, got in cars, and drove for some of them days. Like
Yep.
dedication, like that. Just so when you ask, what do you do in the baseball world, or what, like for me, it's great to have the job that I do with the team, with the
Yeah.
Oakland A's, but it's really all about like being able to branch out and have that kind of fun with baseball fans all across the nation. It's not even just about being a fan of one team; you're just a fan of the game.
Oh, for sure. Because you've been around the sport for a while.
Forever, forever. I mean, that's what I do. It's what I know. The game. I mean, from the time I could walk and talk, I had a baseball in my hand, and like I've been fortunate enough to, after my arm quit working, and it
Yeah.
didn't matter if I had a ball in my hand or not. Now I get to talk about it. So baseball has been just an incredible blessing to me. Like many other people find in family or a different job or whatever. Like for me, it's baseball.
So yeah, like if we go back like to when you were a kid, like were you always wanting to be a professional baseball player?
That's it. That was the only
That's it.
thing on the
Plan
brain.
A.
Like I played other sports. You know, I
Yeah.
played basketball, I played football, I ran track. Um, I did all that, but baseball was the love. I woke up and like went through baseball cards. I wanted to just, that's everything I did. Like I came home from school and I had a ball that I would be throwing against a wall, waiting for my neighbor to get home so that we could play catch. Like that was every day. I can remember doing that every day. Like to go and do something fun.
Mhm.
I didn't want to go to I didn't want to go to Great America. I didn't want to go to Sea World or whatever the hell. Like, you know, I didn't want to go to Disneyland. I wanted to like take me to the park and pitch to me, or take me to the park and hit me ground balls. Let me pitch to you. Like from when I was a little, from a little guy. So
Little guy,
that's
yeah.
And like I can remember, dude, I can remember sitting, I can remember sitting in a junior college class as the teacher, as our professors asking us what our goals in life are, what we want to be. And I remember saying, I'm going to the major leagues. Like that's what I'm here to do.
It doesn't say. I know it was who's it? Javi Baez, got the tattoo on the back of the neck.
Yeah,
Like
got the
pretty much
logo
say
on the neck.
like, yeah. I mean, it's like the goal, like inspired, like young. You absolutely kicked ass with that one.
Like people hate on that. Like people hate on
Yeah,
that tattoo. Like, bro,
I
when you're
see no reason why
not
to hate on it.
only is Javi a big leaguer, like he's a baller. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude hits fucking nukes. Is an absolute stud in the field, and I mean, like if you have a goal like that, might as well fucking like put a tattoo on you.
Bro, like if it was your dream, like your destiny
That's what I'm
to,
saying.
to be a member of the Prudential firm, like go ahead and get you that rock tattooed on your neck when you make partner, whatever the hell you can do in that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
whatever it is, like, bro, if that's it, if that's your goal, like
do it.
wear it proudly.
So yeah, I mean, okay, so you were a JUCO bandit?
Believe that.
Let's go. Yeah.
Believe that.
Yeah, I played at a junior college and it was shit was nuts. Let's see, yeah, because we
That's
were here, go ahead.
that's where that's where it's done, man. Like obviously people want to go D1. You want to be a D1 athlete. You want
Yeah,
that label. I think people
it's
without
overrated.
doubt are more in love with the label
Yeah.
first of all, and then what they believe comes with a D1 program. And when you think about that, neither one of those really have any substance to them when it comes down to what you're doing at
Yeah.
a program. Like if you were a swimmer, it's great to be a D1 swimmer, and then it's great to have the cleanest pool that's tended to, and like I don't know, like the best feeling speedo, like
Yeah.
but then if you're not getting the institutional knowledge about the craft of of different strokes and maybe breathing patterns and techniques to help you breathe and stroke differently, like if you're not getting that, then does the label and does the awesome feeling speedo really mean much? Is that doing much
No.
for you? Like, or could you be going to a D3 that you just so happen to have a coach who was like a lifeguard for 35 years in Antarctica, swimming through chunks of ice, towing
Dude,
fucking boats in the off season with their mouth, like hey, maybe that person knows a thing or two about the freestyle.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would rather go to the coach that has done it and has actually pulled a boat with their teeth. I mean, like if I was a swimmer, I mean, 100%. It was, yeah, no, you see some crazy shit, like at a
But
junior
it
college.
makes you appreciate. Like I mean, I was getting dressed out in the parking lot in my
Yeah,
truck. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have a locker room. We didn't have a facility for the baseball players to go to. Like my facility was my truck. Was the bed of my truck. That was it.
yeah, yeah. See, it really makes you appreciate what you do. So, I mean, okay, so junior college, and then you got the call that you were drafted. How was that? No?
I spent 1 year at Texas Tech.
Okay. Okay. So you
Yeah,
did that.
yeah, and then got drafted.
And then how was that?
That's ridiculous, right? It's the dream. It's the dream coming true, dude. It's everything you've done, you worked hard for. All that sacrifice that I was talking about, like just wanting
Yeah.
to do this, being that focused, like that's all being realized. So there's no like you're super pumped. You think you feel like a big leaguer, and then you realize like I'm not even close, not
You're
even
in the
close.
minors now.
There's a lot of work to do,
Yep.
but like, dude, if you that's where I like it. If you love it, the perspective you should have at that moment is like, all right, this is everything I've wanted. I wanted to be that much closer to playing video games at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and then going and doing my job or whatever it is. Like you might have already got a workout in
Yeah.
before you before you turn the PS5 on. Like who knows? But that's where you wanted to be. Was I want that to be a part of my routine instead of driving to work or driving to the mill or driving to the cubicle or whatever it might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
Selling, whatever it is. So you start to realize I'm going to receive money to play baseball now. Like that's pretty cool. But the opportunity is just that. It's an opportunity. Now
Yep.
you got to build on that, just like in any other line of work. You got to
Yeah.
produce. You got to perform.
Yeah. So I do. So I do. I guess. Or so I do work with uh m- more than baseball, and yeah. So I actually have the more than baseball logo tattooed on me because I was joking around with Jeremy Wolf, so their director, and I said like, hey, like, what if I got like your guys' logo like tattooed on me? And he goes, well, then you are pretty much dedicating your life like to the minor leagues. So I went and got it done.
I
So
love
now
it.
it's like, so now the whole thing with, I mean, because now you're in the minors, and then now you're back at like, you have to absolutely love what you do for little pay, housing situations, and you have to really think long term.
Well,
How? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you have to. I mean, you find out right now, like even with the way things are shifting with minor league baseball, but it's always been cutthroat, just
Yeah,
like the college, and it's always been a proving ground. I mean, it's a Thunderdome. That's what it is. Like dog eat dog. There's sacrifices that have to be made. There's certain individuals who receive opportunities that look a little different than maybe others, and there's money that's involved in that. There's investment that's involved in that. But once you start producing, now you show your worth, right? Like
yeah,
it's all about getting the eyes on you. That's what the draft is. The money that comes along with your draft slot tells you how many breaks you're going to get early on, how many opportunities you're going to get early on. And on the flip side of that is if you don't have many dollars attached to your name, but you get into the minor leagues and you start producing, you start doing well, they care about that.
yeah,
You don't really give them any reason not to keep watching you, meaning you're getting better, you're refining your game every stop of the way, every step of the way, you're progressing. There's no reason for them to not keep you on their radar. And that's how you force them or force yourself on their radar, is just keeping your head down and not letting those dollar signs that were or were not attached to you get in
yeah,
the way of the bottom line, which is you got to go get outs or
yeah,
you got to produce offensively or it's got to happen, one of the two.
yeah. It's a dog eat dog world. That is what I've heard, and you're absolutely surviving out there.
You have to. You have to. I mean, the bus rides, the food, the accommodations, the ability to prepare yourself, the ability to recover, like all of that is stacked against you.
Yeah.
Everything.
Say like, was there any times like where you felt like like fuck, like is this worth it?
Honestly, no,
No.
because I knew what my alternative was, and so like yeah, the ability to wake up each and every day and still try to play a game as opposed to doing anything else, it's definitely worth it. Absolutely worth
Good.
it. The worst day is worth it because you're playing a game. Life is still in a little bit different perspective,
Yeah.
and you can still be in touch with that, like with that inner child.
Yeah. I say, and then that child grows up and gets the call to the bigs. How was that call for you?
That was nuts, man. I mean, I, I was speechless, completely speechless. I thought I was being screwed with. Like my AAA manager had, like he had a rule, right? No alcohol, no alcohol on the team bus back to a hotel, no alcohol in the clubhouse. Well, like I had just pitched against a team that my friend who was in college, like the year before, and got called up to AAA because he was a catcher. They needed a catcher, um, and he was in low A and came up to AAA, and he starts this game against me, and I end up giving up a hit to him, a broken bat, like, and he's just wearing me out, right? Just talking, wearing me out. Um, well, I pitched well. Um, we didn't end up winning the game. Our closer, who went to the big leagues, Marcus McBeth, dude was ridiculous. Threw gas, sick changeup, was a position player, and then went to the mound. But he ends up giving it up. We eventually lose. He bought me a case of beer just to like say, hey, hey, my bad, whatever. That's that's stuff you do for guys. So I took that beer back to the team hotel. Well, our manager sees me with this beer, but doesn't say anything to me, right? And I'm taking it back to the hotel because my buddy who just got called up is also staying at our hotel because when you get called up and moved around, they take care of your accommodations for like the first week that you're there. Then you're on your own. You got to figure it out. So I gave him the case of beer. We get to our ballpark the next day, and manager calls me in the office, and he goes, "Hey, Braden, Tony DeFrancisco was my manager, Italian dude. Hey, Braden, we we got rules, Braden. I told you about the rules. No alcohol on the bus, Braden. No alcohol in the clubhouse, Braden. I told you this. You got a problem? You got a problem we need to talk about?" And I'm like, Tony, what are you talking about? I don't have any problem. I no alcohol. He goes, I don't know about that, Braden. I saw you at the hotel lobby. You got alcohol. You got a case of beers. And I explained to him, I was like, no, this is what happened. Macbeth bought me so I'm giving it to my buddy who, he's like, I don't know, Braden. You sure you're not alcoholic? You sure you don't have problems? And I'm like, Tony, good, man. It was all right, Braden, because I can't be sending a drunk to the big leagues. And I was like,
wait, what?
What? Say that again, Tony? And I like grabbed him, and he was like, "You go to the big leagues," and I punched him right in the chest.
No shit.
Right in the chest. And I was like, Tony, don't fuck him. And like he was like, So that was what that call was like. I immediately went outside, called my grandma, who understood, the movement thing, getting called up, sent down.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, hey, I just got some news. I'm not going to be with the AAA team anymore. And she was like, okay. She was like, all right, well. And I was like, yeah, you're going to have to get a ticket to Baltimore if you want to see me again, like for a while. She's like, well, what is that? And then I could hear it.
Yeah.
I could hear her silence register.
She's like,
and
oh,
she
shit.
started crying.
Wow.
So that was awesome. That was the call to the big leagues.
Dude, that's awesome. It's always awesome to hear like everyone's different stories. I'm like on it because they're all different and then like they all like hit you like in different ways.
Oh, dude, it's a different experience for everybody. It's a different ride for everybody.
Yeah.
Some guys grind out 10 years of minor league time, more, and get that call at the end of their career, at the end of their physical capability. And they make it. And you're walking on water, man. There's no other feeling like it. And some guys are blessed. Some guys back in the day don't even spend a minute in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
They're right to the big leagues. It's just
say
everybody's journey is different.
And that's why I like to do what I do like for my podcast is because I mean like the things that happen on the field, it's cool and all, but I like the stories of like everyone. Everyone's journey is different.
Yes.
That's and especially like when you're in the bigs and you throw a perfect game, how's how's your emotions? How do you stay inside of a glass box of emotions during a perfect game?
Like for me, it was, and I'm not downplaying by any means.
Yeah,
It was as easy as just trying to remind myself this is still a game. Like when
yeah,
that moment starts to become a reality, right? When I start to realize what the situation is, and I like come to, and I'm like, oh shit, this is what's going on. That is the, like, that's the trick, I guess, or not necessarily a trick, but like I understood, like, it's still the same game.
yeah,
You just got to go out and do what you've been doing, and like the result is the victory. And I'm not trying to be some hero, like, oh, ultimate team guy, but like, because a perfect game was never on my mind
yeah.
in terms of that's something I can do, right? Like that's the goal every time you take the mound,
Oh yeah,
starting pitch.
100%.
Like that's the goal, 1,000%. Everybody who takes the ball wants to be statistically perfect.
You
No
want to
hit,
take that ball and
no
shove it up
run,
their ass. Yeah.
no, like that's just, and then everything is like you work backwards from there,
Mm,
right? Perfect game, no hitter, shutout, complete game. We got to win this fucking ball game. Like however that, however that ladder starts to work, but that's always the mindset. So for me, it was just as simple as reminding myself, we just got to win this ball game. Right now, things are working out. Keep doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Right? You got the dudes behind you. That's who you trust. You're not
yep.
going to punch out the world here. So like, let's not get crazy and think things are going to be any different in that regard. Just keep throwing your game.
And then it happens, and then boom, perfect game.
Bananas, man. Bananas. Again, shit that is not reserved for a dude like me. Like
Yeah.
that's reserved for the big boys, for the guys who are making $40+ million a year, the guys who are making 300 million. Like those are those dudes. Like their stuff, their arsenal, the way that game would look, you know. Like I mean, it's obscene what these guys can do with the ball these days. It's just absolutely obscene.
Everyone's getting stronger, everyone throwing harder, hitting further. It's baseball is becoming oh,
It's changed, man. Baseball is
it's wild.
it's a great reflection of evolution. I mean, all the other sports show you as well. Like, I don't know, basketball, maybe not so much, maybe just average height. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably changed. But like Steph Curry, like,
Yeah.
come on,
It's
dude,
like
Steph Curry,
tonight.
like, jacking it up from like the inbound pass, like not even fucking half court these days. Like he's like inbounding it, turnaround steps. Like when Steph wakes up, if he's yawning, he's in range. Like
Yeah.
he's fire from there.
Steph is unreal.
But like
It's
that's the kind of evolution that you can watch. Like you have to go to sport to see the physical evolution that's occurring. Like
yeah.
this is the height of human like biomechanics, running as fast as we ever have, as big as we've ever been, as strong as we've ever been. But that's the beautiful thing about baseball, dude, is this game does not give a damn
Nope.
about how tall you are. You can't out jump the game of baseball. It doesn't
Fuck
care
no.
how strong you are. You can't out muscle the game of baseball. Does it help being strong? Absolutely. Can you out muscle the game of baseball?
No.
No, just you can't. Can you get on the gridiron and out muscle the X's and O's? Yep,
A
sure can.
lot. Very much so.
You sure can. You absolutely can. Can you get on the gridiron and just run past people? Well, if you're that dude who's yeah, you can. You can just out tool the guy across from you. You can do it in baseball. Nobody cares. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
no.
Guys like Dustin Pedroia give people who love the game of baseball but think that they're not tall enough, not strong enough. No,
Yeah.
you can just be a ball player and kick ass.
So yeah, that I mean, if you just look at like see like Bartolo, Aaron Judge, and Jose Altuve, those three all next to like each other, and then if someone asks like who plays baseball, and then almost no one's gonna say all three.
Well, you could like if you could even go one step further and say all three of these people
Yeah.
are professional athletes.
And then pick what sport.
What sports do they play? Because there's no way in hell you have all three of those human beings
Oh no.
on the same field of play, right?
Oh, no way.
So,
but it happens.
right, like because I mean, if they do, like you're talking about the middle linebacker, the long snapper, and the punter.
Yeah.
But like they're like to think that they're all at the top of their craft, at the top of their game, what they do, and that's no disrespect to a long snapper and the holder and the punter, because those dudes are very important.
Oh yeah.
They're very important, but they all kind of physically look similar.
Yep. Say it. Baseball's a weird sport, and like I mean, there's so many things that are in motion. It's like it just blows my mind. But now let's see. So how did you get into doing like the media content side of it? Like once you're done playing.
Dude, I was on a fishing boat doing what I'm doing right now by myself, drinking beer, drowning bait. And my agent called and was like, hey, you want to go out and audition at ESPN? And I was like, for what? He's like, well, for baseball, you idiot. Like, what do you think? Like, do you want to go out and they got a show, Baseball Tonight, they call games. You ever heard of it? I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't know how that works, because like I didn't do any of that before. Like, I didn't do any like regional stuff. So whatever. Went out, had a great time, auditioned, met some amazing people. Spent 4 years there or 3 years there. Got fired the fourth year, but was still there and made money, and then got to do work.
That works.
So that was really nice.
Dang.
But yeah, that's how.
Wait, how'd you get fired?
Yeah, layoffs is how that went down, and then moved right into working with NBC and Barstool. Was very like it was great. Like both of those relationships came together at the same time, which was nice because I've never felt like more at home.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt more around a group of people who love what they do, who are good at what they do, and just care about the people they cover and care about how they cover them than like the folks at NBC. And then my partner and I at Barstool, Jared, like we are able to discuss, digest, and disseminate baseball thoughts and content, like with no filter.
Yeah,
and that's great. And like the fans at Barstool are our fans, like what we call the grounds crew. Our baseball fans are incredible, just incredible fans. Love the game. We even got some casual fans who are like, yeah, we're just here to like listen to you guys yell and shit sometimes. Like,
yeah,
we don't even really like you all that much, to be honest. We just think it's funny. We like to laugh at your pain, which is fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
Baseball for whatever reason, as long as you're watching the game. So,
yeah, I would say because
side of things.
And say because I listen to you guys like weekly. That's I mean because so your guys' podcast was kind of like how I wanted to like base mine and have like no filter and then just talk to guests. I mean, I think about baseball. So you guys kind of like inspired me back in and then like I launched this podcast July 1st of 2020. So yeah, thank you, I think, for what you guys do.
Well, I'm glad you were inspired to just do it, and I'm glad you get it because as like I call it, well, I mean it's referred to as like a grassroots effort, I guess. Like just, but that's what baseball has been, and trust me, it's far more corporate now. Like you can't call it grassroots mobilization, but that's what this game needs, and that's what the game is about, is the folks who love it in their corner of the world, and it can be different in their corner than it is this other person's corner, but the game itself is the same language.
Yeah.
We can all speak that, and we're all moved by the moments in the game. Like when you say bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, down by 3, bases loaded, like you can get chills just
Yes.
hearing that. And that said in any language translates to fucking goosebumps.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a
So
global thing.
that kind of stuff right there is what can happen or gets discussed on a grassroots level podcast. That's what happens, or that's what gets discussed on the biggest podcasts
Yeah.
and national television shows, right? It's all the same, but you're hearing the admiration and the love and the passion for the game from different places. And just
Yeah.
because you played 20 years in the big leagues, or just because you had one good day of work, doesn't mean your opinion is better or matters more.
Yeah.
Like, but if we have the discussions, if we share, if we talk about it, like you're trying to cultivate the love and knowledge of the game.
Oh, 100%. It's yeah, because when baseball ended during spring training, I mean, you guys were all over that one. So I was like, you know what? Like these guys have fun talking baseball. So, and I need to do something because I was freaking out. But then, because there was a lot of things like in my head where I was just like, no, like I can't do this because of the stupid ass reason. Or just like, no, like I can't do this because I stutter. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it. And now I would have never have thought that a year and a half later, I would be talking to you. I mean, like for my podcast.
Well, that's why you just do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I mean, like I'm sure you know who Gary Vee is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't have to have read one of his books. You don't have to have read any. Like you can hear the dude's message. It's constant. Like, and it's true. Trying
Yeah.
involves a lot of failing. He talks about failing in order to succeed. It just you got to try, and you can't be hung up on like he talks about. Take the likes out of your head. Take the views
Yeah.
out of your head. Like get rid of all that and enjoy what you're doing. Dedicate yourself to what you're doing, and then look up a little later down the road.
Oh, 100%.
Right, and then reroute if you have to. Make adjustments as you see fit, as necessary. Don't lie to yourself. But all of that starts with just trying. Just
Yeah.
do it, and look, I know it's super easy to hear that from somebody who might have been set up to just try something
Yeah.
a little more than a fan who just loves the game, right? Like my phone rang from my agent at ESPN. Your phone didn't ring from your agent for ESPN. So does that make me any better? Does that make my opinion any more valuable? No, it sure doesn't. I just had an inside track, man. That's
Yeah.
all it is, like the credential, if you will.
Yeah. See,
That's why, like I told you, you're like, well, I was like, hey, you just got to ask. Well, do you want? No, sorry, man, can't. Fuck, busy.
I know. I was like, God damn it. I fucked up.
No, but it's that like, and for me, like that's what, like if you love the game, that kind of stuff doesn't matter. The views,
Yeah.
the likes, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. So the fact that you tried and continue to do,
Yeah.
that's all you can do.
Yep. And that's pretty much where I'm at. And it's been a fun journey so far. I mean, I guess I will kind of like consider myself being like in the minors, I guess you can say. Cause now it's just I gotta like grind my way there and just have fun doing it.
That's it. That's it. If you're dedicated to what you're doing, if you love what you're doing, you'll find a way to make it happen. And there's steps you got to take. There's hoops you got to jump through. There's growing pains you go through. I think we all understand that in all walks of life.
Yeah,
like the first step is mobilizing, man, and you've done that.
Hey, I try and help out. Like, I mean, for those listening, like it's you just gotta do it. You gotta do the Shia LaBeouf, like just do it. Honestly. But Dallas, I just want to say thank you for coming on to the podcast.
No doubt, dude.
It's been fun. And yeah, for sure. I have to somehow get your signature on something because now it has to happen. And I have to get this tattoo on me.
You're in Washington, right?
Washington State. Yep.
Is that a big thing? Washington State. Gotta clarify.
It's okay. Okay, so I used to live in South Florida. And then if I said Washington, they automatically go DC. I'm like, nope. They're like, oh, so you live by Seattle? Nope, I don't. And then they're like, so where do you live? I'm like, Washington State. I live in the fucking desert. Like,
because like the panhandle to people in South Florida might as well be like, well, let me say, yeah. How many people are making their way past Texas?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I just picked up and moved from Washington State to Florida. Just because I wanted a change of scenery. It was kind of like I just wanted to go experience like new things and new cultures, and I just packed up my car and I moved down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I transferred my job down there, and I found a place to live, and it was all within like a 2-week span of just having the idea, doing it, and then I live by a beach. And it was just, yeah.
I was gonna say, from the rain to sunshine. I mean, there's rain down there in Florida too, but
yeah,
not like Washington rain.
Oh, okay. So there's also the thing.
Washington State rain. I'm
yes.
Sorry.
Okay. So on the east side of Washington State, it actually I think it rains here probably about 6-7 times a year. But yeah.
You did what? Say that again.
So on the east side of Washington, it only rains like 6 or 7 times a year.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
so okay.
Terrible with geography. Is that what's over there? Is that Idaho next to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the west side of the state, it just rains, and then you got the Cascade Mountains in between, and then on the other side, we are farming and agriculture, and yeah, that's.
So the rocks are fucking it up for you.
Yep. Yeah. So but it gets like 110 in the summer. It snows in the winter. I mean,
snows in the winter.
It's actually supposed to snow, I think, 2 inches tomorrow.
Oh.
And yeah, we get all 4 seasons.
See, that's beautiful. I need snow in my life. We're only about an hour or so away from the snow, which is great. I mean, that's one thing about California is you're very centrally located, really. If you want, like you can be, there's places where you can be an hour from snow, an hour from the beach, an hour from the desert, or like me, I live on a mountain in the desert. And I'm an hour away from those other two things, the beach and snow. So, I mean, it's cool, but I want seasons, man. I want to build a snowman. Hey,
well, it should snow a lot up here, and also, I mean, because there's a lot of places over, like by the Cascade Mountains, lots of places to go, like skiing, like snowboarding, all that shit.
You a fisherman? You do outdoor shit?
I hunt, yeah.
Okay, you hunt. See, man. Oh, I have wanted to go hunting legally so bad, for so long. When I say legally, I'm not out there poaching. I want to clarify.
Yeah.
I just shot some coyotes way back one summer for a lady that I lived with.
Oh yeah, do we do that all the time?
Summer long. That's all. So it's not like I'm not like no. I abide. I'm a fisherman. Love fishing. but have yet to hunt. We
Oh
own
yeah.
firearms, but I've yet to hunt. I want to go. I want to go shoot a fucking deer so I can feed my family. My wife loves
See?
venison.
Oh, okay.
Loves venison. I love venison.
There's lots of yeah, I mean, like, 'cause we go hunting, I mean, like, for the whole October, like, for that, and then for
We've
elk.
already missed deer season this year, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got let's see. I mean, because 'cause
When's
we'll
it kick
go
back up in Washington State?
yeah.
When does it
Oh,
kick back up?
when, see, like, for archery, is September 1st. For modern rifle, it's, like, mid-October.
So we got to wait till we got to wait till Halloween again,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yep.
And how long is the window? Mid October, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Uncle,
Yep.
how are we
I
doing for tags? Can I get an
tags,
out-of-state tag? How does this work?
yeah. Yeah, you gotta go to the Washington State, Department of Fish and Game,
Okay.
and you have to buy a out-of-state tag.
Okay. If that's something I'll do, will you take me hunting
Yes. Yeah, because I am gonna take a week off, this year, like, for hunting.
this year? Are you
Oh,
you got
oh, well, net in 2022.
okay?
I would yeah, 100%.
You're a rifle.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got? Winnie?
Uh, huh?
What are you working with?
So I can hunt with let's see, like, so I have choices. So I like to shoot, my uncle is 30-06,
Okay.
but I wanna buy a 300, Win Mag,
Yeah.
300 Ultra Win yeah, that's on the list.
See, I got to make a final decision because I shoot left-handed, but I can shoot right-handed, and it's
Oh,
not that big of a deal. It's not like I'm going to be out there mowing down
yeah,
multiple targets, right?
yeah,
So, like I need bolt action, but uh, I don't want to I don't want brass flying in my face.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't really have a choice. I mean, either just shoot right, because I'm a righty, like, so I shoot right. So I think but if you have a good shot and you do get hit by a brass, that means that you should have a buck down.
I'm okay with that thing.
Worth it.
I'll sacrifice a little 2020 for a freezer.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Done. All right.
But yeah,
I need to buy a deer tag, and we're going hunting.
I'm down. I'm 100% down.
Done.
Well, that changed. Well, that turned on that pod. But yeah, no, it's how's your bees? How's your
The bees are great.
bee farming?
We're going through a storm right now, a big heavy rainstorm, which is, I mean, it's going to be the heaviest rainstorm of the year, I assume. Um, but they're great. This is the second year we've had the hive, and we lost a lot of the bees last year because like it's a 50-50 survival rate
Yeah.
for the first year of the hive. We lost a lot of the bees, not all the bees. We just what happened was we hadn't realized that the queen had left or that the queen had died off and hadn't been replaced until the population was already down. So what we were able to do was introduce a new colony. They adopted the colony that was already there, and we introduced a new queen, and it's been booming. Boom.
Business is booming.
So what we're gonna do is next year will be our first harvest. Our 1st
Mhm.
like we can harvest honey right now, not what we want to do. The next year will be harvest time. It's gonna be dope. We're gonna jar some up, little a limited reserve, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice. Yeah, I have seen there's actually a few big companies out here that have beehives and they're all over.
Yeah, I live like I said, we live up on a mountain, but there's homes down below us, and I got to be careful about like because I'd have 10 of these hives rocking,
Yeah.
right? But now we're talking like bro, 500,000 bees around
Yeah.
the neighborhood, and that would be excessive, especially in a condensed area.
Hey, I mean, bigger the better.
Yeah, but I mean, trust me, big fan of bees. Can't wait for D's Bees honey to hit the line.
These bees,
You know it, baby.
dude. I want to pre-order some right now. That's
D's Bees. Well, we're gonna get a link going. Like I said, limited reserve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like the sneakers app. I'm gonna make it live, and then everybody that hits the app, I'm just gonna tell you, sorry, you missed out this time. Hang with them.
and then you charge it more.
Yeah, then upcharge.
Capitalism, baby.
You'll be able to catch the honey on StockX.
Dude, that would be fucking insane. StockX and Grailed, the bees.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell my honey and then buy it all myself and then resell it on StockX. Done.
Everyone wins.
Everyone
Besides,
wins.
Yeah, that is true. Like everyone would. Damn. Yeah. Well, I need to get a sample of that honey before it comes out.
I'll bring the honey to the deer blind.
Dude. Oh yes. I'm down.
Because I'll be harvesting before October.
Oh wait, you just said deer blind. Oh no, we hike. It's a hike.
Love it. Even better. Perfect.
Good. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're packing in.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's a trip. It's fun.
Awesome.
It's good.
Well, thank you for having me, dude.
Hey,
I appreciate it, Mace.
Hey, thank you for coming on. Like I would have never have thought that I would have you on my podcast, and here we are. I'm hyped and thank you so much.
That fucking happened. You just let me know when this drops. You let me know when it's going out.
Deal.
And I'll help you out. I'll pump it out with you.
Deal. Well, Dallas, I appreciate it.
Anytime, brother. Later.
Have a good night.